Hey folks, it's Kari with customer service. And the number one question that we field on the phones day in and day out is what exactly is in your DIY greenhouse kit? So I'm here today to show y'all what that is. Our packing slip, which has listed on here everything that should be in your kit. Make sure that when you get this, you open this up, you check this now. It's not uncommon to wait, a few weeks or a month or so to build your greenhouse. But go ahead, check this list now. Okay, so we're just gonna go right down our list and pull everything out. This kit is for a 20 by 40. So first we've got our bolts. And if you have a 20 by 20 set, that's as many bolts as you will have. Anything additional, you'll have another set of bolts for each 20-foot addition. In a separate long box, you'll have your lock channel, which looks like this. And in that same box will be your wiggle wire. Up next is our cross connectors. They'll come in a bag like this, and when you put them together, they'll look like this. Your ground post driver and your DIY high tunnel plans. This is also linked under the resources on our website, so you can download this ahead of time, read through it, write down any questions that you may have, reach out to our tech team if you need any help. And also, if you have people that are going to be helping you build this, you can send that link to them so they can look through it as well. You'll actually get 2 boxes of greenhouse plastic. Make note of the 2 sizes. One size is going to be the plastic that goes over the hoop of your greenhouse. The other size is for your 2 end walls. Everything in this kit, and especially the greenhouse plastic, you're not going to find in your local hardware store. The plastic in a hardware store is going to be a thinner and it's not as strong as this greenhouse plastic. Our plastic is 6 mil with UV inhibitors, warranted for 4 years, but you can expect it to last up to 8. The backbone of our DIY kit is our hoop benders. And you may wonder why these aren't included with the kit. If you're making multiple kits or season after season as you're growing and you add more hoop houses, you don't need one of these for each and every kit. You can reuse it for every time. And now for the part of buying all of your local hardware and steel, we're going to let Nick take that for you.
All right, thanks, Kari. So when it comes time to getting your lumber and metal locally, whether that's at a big box store or just a regular hardware store, what you're going to want to do is bypass the guy in the aisle, bypass the person at the service desk, and go directly to the contractor desk. These are people that do this every single day for a living. They're used to getting lists. They're used to answering a few questions, and they're the ones that's going to be able to give you the best price. So what I want you to do is pick a store, go to it, tell them this is what you need, maybe a little bit of background. You can also expect that if you look at the list that you see here, you can pick the size that you have, pick the length, cross-reference that, and then you're going to see the amount of the materials that you're going to need. Don't be surprised that in different markets, the SKUs may be a little bit different. So for instance, up in the Pacific Northwest, the lumber availability is different than what would be on the East Coast or in the center of the states. By and large, it's the same, but if it's off a little bit, just ask that contractor salesperson what the substitution would be. Also, if you think that you want to do this and beef it up a little bit or make a change, that's up to you. Try to stay away from soft lumber. Try to stay away from crazy expensive finished oak or any kind of exterior plywood or anything like that. So if you make changes that are out of spec, just know that that's a personal choice. We will be happy to help you through the tech line, work through some of those issues. But when it comes to the store, have that person at the sales desk, the contractor desk, not the service desk. It's a completely different, you're going to clog up the system and they're not the best people to help. So go to that contractor desk, run those numbers and see what they have. Also, talk to them about delivery. It may be cheaper for you to pick those up on your own. Sometimes you can negotiate the price of the delivery. Just see what your options are and also ask them questions as to how big of a truck is it going to be? What should you expect? Are they going to be able to get it on site or are they going to drop it on the road? These are all things that are out of our control, but you would want to answer those questions, before they come and before you know. Also know that these sales folks are usually not there on the weekends where some of this is typically delivered. So you can expect a little bit of disconnect. That's just the way it is. Typically, your regional/local lumber yards are going to give you much better customer service than the big box stores, but we're all negotiating on price. Speaking on negotiating on price, once you have that from one store, don't be afraid to go across town or across the street or across the parking lot and get a whole separate bid. Go through the process again. Don't be surprised if they're going to compete a little bit with each other. You can save 5-10% possibly. So it's really worth the exercise to go ahead and do that. And that's how I would get the best bang for your buck on the local metal and lumber. So to answer a question that comes up a lot, can we use a 21-foot stick of top rail? So if you go to a larger specialized, hey, we only deal in fencing and we only deal with chain link, they're going to try to sell you a 21-foot stick top rail. So the question is, can I use that? And the short answer is, just like anything else, sure, you can, but there's trade-offs. Trade-off number one is if you have a hoop bender up at this level and you stick 21 foot in, it's a little cumbersome. Also, as you're bending the hoop and it's going down, it's going to curve in the ground and you're going to run out of room to bend that. So it's not going to work. So the workaround is you could mount that to a table surface or the bed of a truck or something like that and bend it on the side. Just be forewarned that that does open you up to the metal twisting. So as you go through, the weight is going to kind of go down, and instead of a bow that's arched and straight, you are going to get a bow that's twisted a little bit, and it's not the strongest part of the metal if that's what you're doing. So that's your caution. Everything that we have done, we have sold thousands of these DIY kits. The way we have it in the spec sheet and in the instructions is we know it works that way. Anything that you want to do on top of that, just know that there's always going to be a trade-off, and that's up to you to decide. And please be aware that if you raise the height, that you may not have enough plastic. So anything that you plan on doing that's out of spec, just run it by our tech team before, let them know the whys and the situations. A lot of times we feel like if you go above and beyond spec, sometimes it's later on a detriment. So just ask those questions. That's what we're here for.
So what you won't see directly on the listing or in your kit is the fact that we're here for you. Our customer service does not end after the sale. We're here for you all week. We're here for you in the weekends. We know you'll probably be building this on the weekend, so we're here for you. Reach out to us if you have any questions. Check out the chat box on our website, or our customer service team still answers the phones on the weekends. We'll get to you a little bit quicker than if you try to just reach out to us on social media, but reach out to us. We're here to help, and we want you to be successful. If you have any questions that we didn't answer during this, leave us a comment below, like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.